we about to deal with race, man. We gonna get into it and we gonna figure this shit out together. Because like I said, man, enough is enough. It's time that we have something concrete, something set in stone. We ain't gonna keep throwing shit at the wall to see what stick, and we ain't gonna keep chasing our tail. We gonna figure this shit out. You know, one brother and sister whatever, at a time. So with that being said, man, hold tight, man. I'll be right back. All right.
It's getting spooky out here. Whole of Nino Browns done turned Pookie out here. No cool niggas, it's just goofies out here. I mean niggas is eating pork wearing koofies out here. Through it all, stood tall, doofy out here. 10 toes down, I'm on 2 feet out here.
Yo, what up 3 times, man? What up? Hotep family. You already know what it is, man. It's your G King Shoe, man. Another King Shoe Nubian perspective. And you already know, man, we about to talk about race, man. Because this is something that we just can't get a grasp of. Like, we just can't put our finger on it. And it's kind of confusing. I'm ready to put that shit all the way to bed. And we about to talk about race. There's only 2 races. It's only white and it's black. That's it. You have all different variations of white and black. For example, the original people we all know. When I say black, I'm simply speaking of highly melanated people. People who, who range from maybe the color beige to jet black. When I say pale, I'm talking about people who's you know what I mean, pale. I'm talking about people who look, like Europeans, who have, that pale skin, that translucent, pale pasty looking skin. I don't know how to even describe it. The pink, that pink skin or whatever you call it. But it's only 2 it's only 2 races. Now you have what people confuse race with is ethnicities, or people confuse it with nationalities. First of all this is man-made. Race and all this is man-made. But to get straight to the point, you only have 2 races. I don't care if you're from Asia. Asians have 2 races. They have the pale Asian, and then they have the original Asians who was there. You go to India, you got the pale Indian, the Arabic looking Indian, and then you got the Dravidian looking Indians. Then same thing with South America and things like that. You got some of the brothers and sisters who, when you see a Mexican brother or sister, when you can tell, like, chill, this brother or sister, she's straight from Mexico. Like, they got that specific phenotype. But then you got the pale ones. You got the white ones. So when we talking about white and black, white has nothing to do with European, and black has nothing to do with being African. These is man-made, constructed races that these people came up with. This is why it's important to study evolution. This is why it's very important to study evolution and learn how humanity started, how all life started, and then how humanity started, and what separates us from the so-called animal kingdom. If you don't have a grasp on that, it's going to be hard to understand, where these pale people come from, and how you only have 2 races. Now, it's only 2 races. It's white and black. Everything else is a hybrid or a mixture of the 2. Amongst this black and white race, you have different phenotypes, different species of what I'm trying to say. So the 4 is, like I said, you got the Africans, you got the melanated people with the alpine nose, maybe similar to mine. I feel like I got both. I want both. Like, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to look African. But you got the alpine nose, and the people with the slim faces. For example, the person who looked like what I just put up on the screen. Then you got the brothers, with the stereotypical West African features. Then you got the brothers and sisters with the so-called Asian features. So this is really, and I'm really trying to think, like, what's the other? Is there another feature? But it's only 3. It's only 3 different species. So you got your like I said, your melanated people with the slim face. They might have lighter eyes. They might have straighter hair. Then you got your stereotypical West African features. Then, like I said, you got your Asian features. Now, these is your first humans. And out of these variations, of course, you got tall, short, stockier, skinnier, shit like that. Once these people started going different places, they went to the north, south, east, west. Over thousands of years, different mutations take place. So when they went to Europe, we got lighter skin, we got lighter eyes. When we went to Asia, our eyes got more pronounced. Got more pronounced with that feature. Different places, right? But that melanated thing was still there, except for like when you got to Europe. So when you in Europe and the skin is getting lighter and things like that, now we dealing with technology. Once we start dealing with technology, you have people. These people. I want to make this about race, but it's like you have to have a history lesson of where people come from. So now you had our East Africans with the alpine features are responsible for your Dravidian looking people. They also responsible for your Europeans. They also responsible for your Dravidian Europeans and your Arab people. But that's a little, like I said, there's only two races, black, white, but then everybody else, like your Arab people are hybrids. Latino people are hybrids. In South Africa, Cape Coloreds are hybrids. So these are hybrids, but then you got Asians. Asians, even though you have a pale Asian and a dark Asian, they're not hybrids. So what I'm saying is, you might have the original man, and this, keep in mind, this is thousands of years. You got the original man, 3 different versions. One go here, here, here. Now, the ones in Europe, they develop light skin. They look totally, they're different species now. So when this different species now come and somehow the original species in the original species in this white species, this pale species meet back up. When they have a seed, they're going to have something totally different. This is how you get your Arabs and shit like that. So to put it in a nutshell, this is my theory. White people are nothing more than mutated Dravidians, mutated Indians. Asians are pale Khoisan people. Indians are nothing but East Africans. Like your darks, your black Indians are nothing but East Africans. Your Arab people are your Dravidians, not East Africans who turned into Dravidians. The Dravidians mixed with Europeans. That's how you get your your Arabs. Arabs are Europeans mixed with Dravidians. When I say Dravidian, I'm talking about dark-skinned Indians. So this is basically, I just wanted to show a list of the different groups, different ethnic groups that we mistake with race, and just clear up some of the misnomers we believe about race, because race is really man-made and is really irrelevant. There's only 2 races, either you black or you white, and let's keep it that simple so we don't have no more confusion, and we could it's easy to identify who we are. You're not going. So the only way you black is if you have both black parents, and the only way you I don't give that's on them. But to be black, you need to have 2 black parents, and some of the mulatto people, you are just another hybrid group of people. Now, when we speak of mulatto people, a lot of mulattoes is going to say, well, damn, where we stand, because there's a lot of mulattoes who's for the cause. You understand what I'm saying? And who embrace their melanated side. But you also embrace your other side as well. This is the compromise that we can't afford, for our people. So this is the point I'm trying to make is you just by nature it's not your fault, but what you can do is choose your allegiance by who you choose to have children with, who you choose to align with. You understand what I'm saying? If you go look at my one of my videos, my old videos called Mulattoes Are Not Black. Don't take offense, man. You see these titles, don't draw conclusions. Just check the video out first and understand what I'm saying, and don't be emotional, because I am straight to the point. I'm rough. It's a little rugged, but I'm just trying to deal with truth. I don't have time to deal with emotions, like, you understand what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of ground to cover. We got a lot to figure out. You understand what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But if you could choose your culture, so you could choose, so I'm not saying be throwing away our mulatto brothers and sisters. It could be love. Like I said, it could be mutual respect with white people on an individual level, but you're not invited to the barbecue. You're not invited to the inner circle. You're not invited to the when we exchanging this certain information. In the words of the homie to the OG Blue Pill, when we that cloth talk, y'all not invited. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So really, I guess all I'm saying is, melanated people, you always hear me say global African unity, global African resistance. This is what I mean. We all, the source is Africa. And people are trying to breed out, our melanin. People are trying to breed out the original man and woman on the planet. And the reason they're able to do this and survive is because of technology. Don't be naive and think they can't do it. But all I'm saying is, preserve your culture, preserve your people, marry somebody who look like you. You understand what I'm saying? Be proud of who you are. So that's the whole point of what I'm saying. That's the whole gist of this video, is just to protect yourself. And there's only two races, but race is man-made structure. It's a political tool, a war tool, a weapon of war, to preserve the white European gene and species. And I'm speaking on this because they doing what they supposed to do to survive. That's not their fault. It's your fault if you don't survive. So with that being said, man, Africa for the Africans, global African unity, global African resistance. We hood, but we good, man. We heroes overcoming oppression daily, man. And we will win. All right? Hotel.
I'm dead wrong, you wanna live, I can't let you. You at full speed, I'm walking, I still catch you. Mr. Voorhees, good looking, I destroy these. These niggas ain't bosses, they workers and employees.